I was talking with my son's girlfriend, and they're getting ready to move um, away, and I had an honest, I guess, conversation, and but as she was talking, and she was talking about how, um, like, if they have how they discuss their feelings, and how they how they don't, I guess it's more of a when something hurts one of their feelings or whatever, uh, they don't come at them angry, more like asking, so this is how I felt, what did you mean when you said it like that? Because I don't think that you meant it the way that it came out, and how I took it in. So can you explain? And I just was listening to her, and how different that is than, I was never taught to do that, or I didn't know to do that. And I guess the way that she explained it, like, I understand it now, like discussing, but my husband and I still have a hard time. Like, we kind of go through a period of not speaking to each other to then finally have a conversation. But I just thought, how great is that to, like, she's later 20s and he's 30, just turned 30, and how to already know to explain to each other, because there is such a misinterpretation of, I said something this way, but I didn't, or this is why I said it, or I guess the explaining of it instead of the anger of it, or, the hurt of it that causes the anger. I think a lot of times, and for myself, is I'd rather be angry than to cry, or because it was a way to protect my heart, and to not feel vulnerable. Um, so the anger for me was easier to show than to show the vulnerability, which that's taken a while, and it still is something that I'm working on, and how to become better at showing my vulnerability instead of trying to mask it with anger. I think one of the things is, I always feel, and I think that this is how, you don't like to hear somebody cry, or I don't know why crying is such a big deal. Like, it actually feels so good when you let yourself do it. It helps release all of the junk that's built up. I don't understand, like, when a baby's crying, we would just want them to stop. And if somebody's crying because somebody hurt their feelings, oh, suck it up, or, dry it up. Nobody wants to hear it. I don't understand why crying is such a hard emotion for people to deal with. But for some reason, it's easier to see somebody be angry than it is to see them cry. And so I still find myself, like, even though I've told my husband, like, sometimes I just cry, like, I just start crying. And I think it's more just a release than anything that's even happening around me. And it's become easier, but I still feel like, and I don't want to see you cry, because the first instinct for most people when you see somebody crying is that you want them to stop. And so you want to comfort them. And in reality, it's not that they don't need comforting, but it's almost like it's okay to just let them cry instead of trying to stop them and like try and make a joke so that they'll laugh instead of crying. Yeah.